Hello and welcome to an Edo catch-up. We've seen Detective Pikachu. I'm Will.
I'm Josh!
It's Josh. He's in the same room as me, and we're going to talk about
here.
it. And if you're listening on Spotify, this is up on the YouTube, and you can visually see that we're in the same room.
Hello!
It's very
Another
strange.
high five, like we did on the State of Play.
And I was about to say I need a sync clap, because I hadn't done one. There it is.
There it is.
We've seen the movie. We're not going to talk about any news. We're just going to talk about the movie.
Yeah. If you want news, go watch State of Play,
Mm-hmm.
or our previous podcast where we talked about news.
Yes.
But nothing much has happened since then.
Not really. Not really. But yeah, we've seen the movie. And what did you think, Josh?
I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I thought they did a lot of solid justice to Pokemon and the world. They made a world that's relatively believable. Some of the CG sometimes was like, they don't look like they're entirely there, but I
think that was
the
characters,
point, maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah, the characters are so cartoony already. Like, they're so weird looking. I don't know how you make them actually realistic and not weird, creepy realistic.
There was
I think it was really good.
There were some really weird ones that were like, that just looks like the one on the cut. Like, the dude doing the crosswalk, when the Snorlax was there and the lights are down, he just looked like he was from the game.
Yeah,
like he didn't look furry. He didn't look like they'd even tried, which is fine.
Yeah,
like I just think that was cool.
Or Machamp, probably Machamp. I think it had 4
yeah.
So that's Machamp. But
it still worked.
Yeah.
I think I as a CGI man, I was like, this is fine. At no point was I like, this is annoying.
You get used to it very quickly. But in terms of the overall story, I thought it was pretty, like, it was definitely aimed at very young children. I thought maybe they would mature the story a little bit.
Bring that a little bit closer.
Cool. I thought they would mature the story just a little bit. A little bit more for the audience that is going to see it. Which is, like, I know kids will probably see it as well. But if you get Ryan Reynolds...
Totally.
And it's Pokemon, you're going to get kids from my generation, your generation, going to see this. Kids. We're still kids.
Yeah.
How about you? What do you think?
I really liked it.
As a completely non-Pokemon
Pretty much.
fan.
I've never played a game. I watched a lot of the show, but like never knowingly.
Yeah.
I was like, it's on the TV. I know that this is Pokemon.
Yeah. Cheese TV.
Yeah. All I remember was Jessie J. Yeah, you know, the British pop star. Jesse and James. Is that?
Yeah, Jesse.
See,
and
that's why.
Yeah.
But and Meowth. That's all I remember from the show.
Okay.
But. That's all I went in with. I mean, as a music person, also knew a lot of the tunes, but that's about it.
Yeah. And you missed the best one, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. I went to the bathroom room. I should also say, we should say, spoilers from here on. We haven't really spoiled anything yet, but
not too much.
There's no reason to be here if you haven't seen the movie, basically. Yeah. We're just talking about the movie. See the movie, come back. But yeah, great use of some of the songs. And just knowing some of the Pokemon, probably through you, and probably through just being in the world of gaming, I think also helped. Yeah. Like, you don't need to, but it'll help in pulling you into the world as well.
Yeah, totally.
I think really well.
Just like, having a bit of info.
Yeah. I mean, apart from the opening scene with Mewtwo, the like, catching a Pokemon scene... I was like, this is great. Yeah. This is so good.
Dopinder. Of course he's in it.
For like a minute.
Yeah.
I was like, he's got to come back, right? No, he's
yeah.
gone.
I was really expecting him to come back too, but I love that it's just like, if it's Ryan Reynolds, you get Dopinder.
Yeah, he's in there too.
So good.
Yeah, I love that. And like, from my little bit of Pokemon Go, when I was like, it's only flashing. You haven't got it yet, mate.
Yeah.
That was good. It was very good. Yeah, From that, I was like, okay, I feel like they're going to treat everything perfectly. They're not going to, like Rampage, you can go in 2 directions. You can either, like, make everything really dumb, or you can treat it with respect, but still acknowledge how silly it is. Yeah. And that's what they did in this. Like, they're like, this is all very strange, but it's just part of this world. Yeah,
that's what I meant by, like, they did it justice.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so good. And yeah, I did find that the plot was a bit but it's also, I think, it's almost less the plot, more just the way they did the plot. Like, it was a good structure to a story, and the twists were pretty good as well. But it was just how they obviously directed the actors to be very forceful with every emotion they might have.
Yes.
It's just like, I know this is for children. I can see it. But also, there's some Ryan Reynolds jokes.
Oh, man, are there? And apparently, as we were saying earlier today, apparently there's enough Ryan Reynolds jokes outtakes to make an R version of this film. Please.
Please do that.
That would be incredible.
Please do that. Yeah, like you said, do a reverse Once Upon a Deadpool.
Yeah.
Bring it back
yeah.
and do that. Yeah. I guess we should just talk about Ryan Reynolds in this movie. So good. Like,
oh, man.
And
fantastic.
And it just speaks to how well animated all the Pokemon are. You can see him somehow.
Yes.
You can see him, even though it's definitely a Pikachu face.
Yeah.
It's like the way it contorts and stuff.
The facial expressions are insane.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah. There's
so much detail on his face.
It's also, it's like, if the Sonic trailer could look any worse, it's being able to watch that and then see this film, you're like,
yeah, like, come on. They managed to do semi-lifelike but still very cartoony, living up to the games and the art style of all of these Pokemon things, and then you get Sonic and it's like,
what'd you do?
Anything like the Sonic that we've ever seen before.
Doesn't behave like the Sonic. Like, the fact they didn't make Detective Pikachu, didn't make him walk like a human or anything. Like, he still moves like a Pikachu. And, like, does that. But it's like, you can see, spoilers, you can see that there's a human in there.
Yes.
Like, you can just tell that, yeah. And I like, we'll get back to Reynolds and stuff, but I think this would be fun to watch again, knowing that the whole time that's his father.
Yes.
I feel like because that was a great twist.
I was aware of this because there is Detective Pikachu, the game on 3DS.
I only played like the start of that.
Okay. I've never played it, but a guy from work is heaps into Pokemon, he's played like everything, and he played it, and I was like, I don't know if I'll ever play it, just tell me what it's like.
Yeah, right.
And he enjoyed the game for the most part. He said it's like Professor Layton.
Yeah.
But the puzzles are much simpler, and they don't get much harder.
Yeah.
But at the end of that, that's the reveal.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I already know that's probably going to be it.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to actually be Ryan Reynolds.
Which
was funny.
Just pokes a massive plot hole, because it's like, that's your father's voice. The entire time, that is your dad's voice. Like, even if you were 12, by the looks of it, when he left, you know what his voice sounds like.
That's very interesting. Like, yeah, I didn't think of that either.
That was when that happened, I was like, oh, that's cool. Hang on.
But again, kids' movie.
It's totally fine. And for us, it's great, because it's Ryan Reynolds in
you get to see
Pikachu
Ryan Reynolds.
film.
The reaction in my cinema when it was actually Ryan Reynolds, it was just like, everyone was like,
yeah.
Which is... There weren't many, massive reactions like there would have been in Endgame, but I'm glad I got some reactions in that in comparison to me seeing Endgame, where everyone was just a corpse.
Just silent. That sucks. Yeah. I didn't get much. It was a very dead cinema. It was like 7 people. But still, I think there was some reactions to some things, some jokes, because there's some great in-world jokes, but also some great... Like, my favourite line in the whole film is... when I don't know what they're called. This is like someone taking someone to see Endgame that's never seen another Marvel film.
Yeah.
It's like, I like this, but I don't know what it's about. But when the big turtles with the things on them, like the ground turtles.
Oh yeah, I don't even remember.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Even Vaughn was like, I don't know what they are.
Yeah. It must be much later or
When they started to do it, and it was very obvious straight away, and a very kids movie thing where it's like, what's going on? It's like, just showed it.
Yeah.
But, like, my favourite line in the whole film is when he's on the tree and he's like, it's times like these, you really can't, you have to believe about global warming.
Yeah.
That was like, that was it.
Yeah.
That was the best line of the film.
Yeah, and then the one you quoted me.
Where'd you learn to fly? The ground?
It's so good. There's some great quotable lines in this.
It's very funny.
It's just Ryan Reynolds.
It's him, yeah. Because there's not really any humour in anyone else. Everyone else is very dry.
Yeah.
But, yeah, everything he says.
Absolutely.
It's just...
I did actually watch a very short video today. My sister was like, why did they get Ryan Reynolds? Like, who thinks Pikachu? Ryan Reynolds? It's so weird. But Ryan Reynolds was saying that apparently they just grabbed like lines of dialogue from different actors and stuff and just put it into, like, they just CGI'd it up to see how different voices would work. They put him in it, and they went, that's the voice.
That's crazy.
So then they contacted him, they sent him the footage, and he was watching it, and he was like, that looks amazing. And then he said his daughter walked past and just, like, ran straight up to it and was just fascinated with it. And he's like, this is just... Pokemon is just a drug for kids.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, wow.
And he was like, I think I have to do this now. Like, this looks amazing. My daughter's fascinated. Right. This is it.
That's so cool.
Cool, hey.
Because the weird thing was when this was first announced, it was Danny DeVito. That was.
I think it was the rumor.
Yeah, right. That might have been one of the voices they put in, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if it was ever actually Danny DeVito, but yeah, that was a rumor. Yeah, I feel like
that was like 6 years ago.
Yeah,
that was a very long time ago.
I think he sort of said, like, I never heard about this.
Yeah, right.
Like,
of course,
the internet is just talking about it for some reason.
So I was watching an interview with Brie Larson from like 5 years ago, and they're like, "You should be Captain Marvel," and she's like, "Isn't that Chris Evans?" And she's like, "I have no idea who Captain Marvel is," and I'm like, hilarious. "That's funny." But no, he's perfect. But the weirdest thing about this film is it does nothing to set up a sequel because they resolve it. Detective Pikachu doesn't speak like Ryan Reynolds anymore. He's out.
Yep.
Like, it's like, oh, when it ended, I was like, it's ended. There's no... I mean, obviously, they've created a world where you can put more things, but it's like, I felt like this was a franchise they were going to use.
Yeah, you'd think
like, Ryan Reynolds is Pikachu.
Yes.
You could milk that for a long time.
Yeah. Well, like, maybe they'll continue that, but with the Sun and Ryan Reynolds and that Pikachu and stuff.
That's not got much of a selling point.
Yeah, it's a bit weirder. Yeah. But in all of that, the movie is called Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
So it's a franchise.
Yeah, it's like saying a Star Wars story or something like that. So maybe they'll continue on. They'll get other big actors that are a lot of fun.
Just always the same plot point. They're stuck inside an animal, one of the Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, I guess they could almost go and do a live action proper one with Ash or something.
That's what I was wondering.
Or at least with Team Rocket, because then they can get Meowth talking.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That would be a good movie. For me, that's the only movie I want.
Yeah.
But I would be intrigued, that's the first thing I thought when it finished. I was like, to Vaughn, I was like, do you reckon they would do a live action, the Pokemon movie? Because that feels like something that would make a lot of money.
Probably would.
Like, it's got an emotional ending, like, there's a lot of stuff in it. Like, as much as there's also apparently a new CG version of the film coming out. Like, they've already done a remake that's CG. But I wonder if fans would want that. But also, it's like, I would want that.
Yeah.
I'd kind of want that.
Yeah. I feel like after this being so good and everyone's loving it, there's not many people that are like, it's crap. I feel like
they could do
anyone would just jump on board.
Whatever they do. Yeah.
Unless because it doesn't have Ryan Reynolds in it. Maybe that's less of a selling point. But we'll see in time. I'd watch another one of these.
Definitely.
They just set it up so nicely.
Yeah. As I was saying to you, it's interesting not knowing 100% about the Pokemon stuff and not knowing about Mewtwo. I didn't know... Is that a thing he can do? Put minds into Pokemon?
I don't remember that being the thing, but he's
a telepath, isn't he? Like, okay. Because, like, that was the point in the movie where I kind of was like... I think the dad's... Like, when he did things with both of them, was when I was like, is there a swapping going on? But I was like, nah. But then as soon as old mate Bill Nye put the things on and swapped minds, I was like, okay. Like, that was... And also Ditto... Knowing the baseline of Ditto, when there was a Ditto that turned into a person to wheel him off the thing, I was like, oh, that's his son. But I thought his son was entirely a Ditto. I didn't know that there was a real son. I just thought his son was made up to hide that he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
So, that was really cool.
I thought pink-haired girl was going to be Jessie.
So did I.
Yeah.
I was so like, oh my god, is there going to be a James? And then,
and then when, like, she calls, because... She goes and calls someone else. She says words.
Yeah.
But she's a Ditto.
I wonder if maybe there is a real one. Maybe there is a real one.
I guess it has to copy someone else.
So maybe there is a Jesse and a James.
Very weird.
Stuff,
but yeah,
totally.
I was expecting her to be like, oh, we found him or whatever, and that was to James.
Yeah, totally.
Apparently not.
Yeah, it just cuts to someone with like vaguely blue hair.
Yeah,
because it was like a streak of pink.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
It's like a little bit of pink.
But I liked that. That was another one of the twists that I was like, that's cool. As soon as like he falls out of the cupboard, I was like, oh! I was like, it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
Well, that was really cool.
And the face, being the beady-eyed face.
And he's like, I don't have just so you know, I don't feel guilty about beating a beady-eyed version of the girl I like, or whatever.
So funny.
It's very good.
It's great.
Yeah, God, that was disgusting to look at, though. Beady-eyed humans. I'm glad they went there, but my goodness, if people were worried about the Pokemon looking disgusting, that was, like, another level.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. But, as I was saying about the music...
Yes.
It's apart from Marvel movies where I'm like, I need to know who is composing this. Most movies I don't do it, but I hold out until the end. And when it was like Henry Jackman, I was like, the only moment in the whole... Yeah, I was like, ah! And like everyone had already left. And I was like, oh my god! And if you know Henry Jackman, Civil War, Winter Soldier, Big Hero 6, Jumanji 2, Uncharted 4, like, you know.
Yeah. Other things. Crap. Damn it, Josh. My brain.
What are you going for?
Wreck-It Ralph?
Yes. Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph. Both Wreck-It Ralphs. Yeah. Just because you got that one song on your
So smooth. Yeah, on my phone.
But yeah, I was like, that was very exciting. But at the same time, at no point did I think it was him, because it was like chiptune-y and like synthy, and I'm like, I don't think I've heard him do that before. And so now I'm like, that's awesome. I like him even more, because...
Yeah, he's great.
I don't know, was there any, apart from the obvious Pokemon theme for their news broadcast, which was awesome?
Yes.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Was there any, like...
I didn't pick up on anything in particular. I was sort of listening out for it. Yeah. But there wasn't anything that sort of twigged. I was hoping for more.
Yeah.
So there were shots, like, over
the cities
shot,
I thought might have been a thing.
Yeah, I was hoping for a little bit more. But there's sort of like, there's different themes, like when you go into shops and stuff. So I was thinking like maybe if they went into a shop, there would be that. And my sister's been to Japan, and she said when you go into a grocery store, the music sounds like the music that you go in, like in a store.
They've
in
got
Pokemon
shop music.
Yeah,
that's
just
strange.
in Japan as standard in any shop, not just Pokemon shops.
Oh my god!
So it's like they've just taken that from Japan. They're like, this must be everywhere.
Yeah, right.
It's weird. I was hoping for that, but not quite.
Maybe it's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, but either way, sneaky. The fact that it did sound like it was from the games was cool.
Yeah.
Like, because as someone who doesn't know a lot of the song, when it is that city shot, I was like, I assume this is, like, this sounds like something from the game. Like, it's just the right everything to feel like part of the Pokemon world.
Yeah. The tone and the sound of it, like the melodies and stuff all sounded great.
Yeah.
But nothing that I particularly picked up, although I've only really played sort of, well, the earlier ones.
Yeah.
I know their themes quite well. Okay. Nowadays, those games I don't play with sound often.
Yeah. That's a lot of games. People, that's a lot of your mobile games you don't really... Yeah,
pretty much. So maybe it's from later games.
Yeah, okay.
Haven't picked up on those.
No, but and then just we need to talk about the end credits. Because it was like the games, the comics, the freaking comic book pages. I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah. And the movie.
Yeah, and the movie,
jokes from the movie and stuff.
Yeah, that was so cool.
So cool.
That was very cool.
Great end credits.
Yeah. I was intrigued by the start because it was just like stark white text on black, and that scared me. Yeah. I was like, "Don't be boring." That's like that's like Rampage or something. That's or Venom. Actually, speaking of that, I was scared when they were in like military vehicles going towards the science lab, because I'm like, this is like every single B grade cash-in movie ever. And I was like, oh god, don't become a military movie. Rampage, Sonic, its entire trailer is bloody military people. And I was like, come on guys. Bumblebee even has them. It's like, it's the go-to thing, because if you don't know about the military in America, is if you include them in the movie, they will fund like half of your freaking movie. Which is why so many films have the military, like all the Transformers movies. Because the military just funds the film, because it becomes a propaganda thing. But that's when they look good. Whereas in this film, they're the bad guys. So they didn't do it too much. But I was like, oh no, don't do it.
They weren't around much at all anyway.
It was that one car shot.
That was pretty much it. And then, because when they went back, the place was mostly destroyed. So they were kind of breaking into a facility that... It was... Isn't it weird that there was like a camera watching them?
Yeah.
But they still got all the way in. No one came to find them. There was no one in there.
You have Pokemon. Yeah. There'd be fast Pokemon.
Like no one stopped them until the dude did on his computer on the way there.
Yeah.
Is no one else in this facility watching?
And but because as soon as they got through the fence, it was like, it's like you could have gotten there quicker.
It was very weird.
And just technology in general in this movie, I feel like they could have gotten there faster than cars. Like it was the dystopian.
Take a Pokemon.
Yeah, totally. Just ride a Pikachu. I'm sure you were like, you could teleport with this one, but I'm like, just get on the back of this little yellow creature.
Yeah, well, I was just expecting like jump on a Charizard.
Yeah, okay. Just fly there.
Pidgeot or something.
Yeah, that was a bit dumb. But I mean, I liked the what are they, Mankeys? Was that what they were?
The ones that went crazy at the start?
Oh, those that was fucked. But the ones in the glass things in the lab, they were kind of...
the ones that then attacked them?
Yeah. What are they called? It's
not
like I'm quizzing you. No, there was something. It was a dumb name because it's Pokemon.
It was. No.
But whatever. I liked those because there was just alien. Like the shot where he's like, and then the camera just goes. I was like, that's just a shot from Alien.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're not even. I mean, in the best way, but that was really. It's like this film just does everything he wanted in a live action film. It's like it's just it plays with them. It goes. Those ones are kind of like creepy aliens from Aliens, so we're gonna just do an aliens thing.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
I loved it.
And then like getting the APOMs, which are those monkeys at the start that went crazy. It's like that was a little bit of. Like original Jumanji.
Yeah,
just like
totally. Just
all
stuff.
these just crazy animals just running through, wrecking up the place, and them trying to get away. Very much that was any of those sort of like stampede-y animal 80s, chases.
Just 80s movies. Yeah, it felt like an 80s movie. It in the same way Bumblebee kind of did.
Yes.
It was kind of that kind of tone.
Yeah, there's a bit of a when is this set?
Yeah, totally.
What year is this? Yeah. If any, because it's the Pokemon universe.
Yeah, I like that. I love that chase sequence. And like we were talking about, they didn't spoil anything in the trailers.
No.
Like I was shocked by they spoiled a lot of scenes, but they didn't spoil what happened in those scenes and any of the twists. Like none of the twists are spoiled in the trailer.
The trailers. This is the movie where the trailer only really showed like the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
the rest of the movie was barely in it.
No.
Other than like Mewtwo bursting through the thing,
which isn't important in the film.
Not
which
at all.
Great.
But yeah, all of the like Mr. Mime stuff and everything is in the first section of the film.
It's just intro stuff.
Learn, Russo brothers. Come on.
Actually,
don't lie to us.
Learn, Sony. Like I love that because when Mewtwo was in that trailer, I was like, oh, that's gonna be like the cool. He's finally in the movie, but when the movie opened with him, I was like, oh, that's fine that they showed that then.
He was in it a whole bunch.
Yeah, like that shot in the trailer is nothing. It doesn't mean anything, but it looks great, but it's like, it's like Civil War, showing Spider-Man turn up. Like, if he was in the trailer, if he was in the film before that, that wouldn't be annoying that they showed that. But because that is the first time, it's like, he's showing the thing.
Yeah, I'm glad that wasn't the reveal of Mewtwo.
Yeah, totally. It's like no, the movie just
crazy
opens.
Thing happening, and here's Mewtwo. Whoa, no.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we know he's there.
Yeah, the movie just opens with it. But, I don't know. I was just so happy with this movie. You got something you want to say?
That
was rude.
That's fine. I don't think so. I think I'm pretty much done.
Yeah, it's just very good.
It was a very fun movie. So cute.
So cute.
Everything was just so cute. It was very fun. Like I've said multiple times, it did good justice to Pokemon in general.
I'm very glad you enjoyed it. Because even if I enjoyed it, that's not really what matters with this movie.
Yeah.
Like, Pokemon fans have to be happy with it. And
yes.
I think they are.
For the most part, they are, yeah. I haven't heard many people, saying anything bad about it, so it's doing pretty well. I think people know to go in with, like, mid-range standards. No one's going in expecting their entire world to change with this film. No. So... It's
just, it doesn't do anything to offend anyone.
Nope.
Which is... it is perfect. And like I said, it's like a kid's film, but it's not. It's like they show like The Secret Life of Pets 2 trailer before, and I'm like, I want to watch that. Like, there's so many kids films now that I'm like, that looks good.
Yeah. And like somehow Boss Baby was one of your favorite movies of 2017 or whatever that was.
I like where we're headed.
Who would have expected that?
Toy Story 4 looks really good. Like the more times I watch the only trailer they've released, I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, like
the more I watch it, the more I'm like, I think
I'm
on board for this. This is kind of cool.
I wonder if it will be like. I mean, this is not related to Detective Pikachu. I wonder if it will be like the Star Wars trilogy, where it's like we've had the original trilogy. This is the beginning of the sequel trilogy. Like this is the first of 3 films that are connected. Like we've had the Andy trilogy.
I thought this was the end.
Well, so was 3. Like, they keep saying it's the end.
But, like...
It's not the end.
Because I swear Tim Allen said something about, like, his last line, he was crying.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he was crying in 3 when he had to leave Andy. Like, I feel like there were talks about that as well. It's like, it's Disney. But, like, it's just weird that they've done what was a very much an end film. This doesn't feel like it. Like, the trailer doesn't...
ramping it back up for something.
It's very weird. But I also know the villain of that film. It's very easy to tell. But that's Detective Pikachu. If you've seen it, let us know what you thought. If you're watching it on YouTube, you can do it down here. And if you're watching on Spotify, you can't see where I'm pointing. But you can go to Patreon
Yes.
And do...
Huh? Just a couple of dollars on Patreon will get you into our super secret Discord, and that helps us very, very much to be able to do what we do outside of our regular jobs.
Yes.
Where we need that money to live. But this helps us
just
fund the things and be able to give you guys the best quality stuff that we can give you.
Like the best quality content will come out of the back of this, which will be us opening Pokemon cards.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just had a little aneurysm. So we're going to be opening Pokemon cards, so check out the YouTube for that.
Yeah.
And also jump on over to Facebook, give us a like. We'll be posting a kind of teaser for the podcast there, so if you don't have the YouTubes or the Spotifys, I don't know how you don't have the YouTubes, you can comment there about the film. We want to hear all your thoughts, because this is a film that I feel like Bumblebee, is going to get unnoticed and untalked about.
Yes.
For some reason, I feel like it's just going to slip under radars, because...
Potentially. There will be some people that are like, oh, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, totally.
They would miss it, because that's what happened with Bumblebee. People were like, oh, I don't want to see that, because all the other movies are bad. Bumblebee wasn't bad. Go see Bumblebee.
They're both lovely films. But, until the next one, we're both lovely films, and we're both lovely out. Will out.
Josh out. What was that?
I don't know. We're not lovely films. There's 2 videos up there if you're on YouTube. And if you're on Spotify, you're not hearing this. But just for you on YouTube. Just for you on YouTube.
Just for you on YouTube.